Watch me turn this completely flat bedrock wasteland into a custom nether landscape complete with a huge organic. If you want to make huge Minecraft projects like this, stick around, because I'm going to show exactly what my process is while I'm building. This landscape is going to be massive, so I need to collect materials. First, I'll go into creative mode. No, not like that. I'm going to go into a separate world, and I'll go into creative mode and just pick out some block pallets. Then I'll get 2 shulker boxes of each material so that I'm ready for anything while I'm building. 2 weeks later of gathering a shulker box or 2 of each material, and I'm ready to put some blocks down. If I use all the items, great. If not, then I have extra for future projects. Wait, but before I do anything, I need to make a mob switch, because bedrock is a non-spawnable block. Any block I place above the bedrock will become infested with mobs. I refuse to spawn-proof this and have to worry about what blocks I'm using. Is this smart for the future? No. Am I gonna do it anyway? Yeah. Okay, now that the Nether Roof is officially less dangerous than my Wi-Fi while I'm trying to submit my final project at 11:59, we can start the terrain. I always start with my noodles and then I fill them in, so let's get to work on that. I usually try to build in these clumps of color. Sometimes I'll even try to shade the hills with a light source in mind. Do you guys think the Property Brothers would like sell houses here? I think that's probably my goal when this is done. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad Minecraft doesn't have physics, because if it did, I would just be ruined. All of my projects float. Okay, I think I want to make like a rip in the ground, kind of like the Sarlacc pit from Star Wars. I think that would be cool. If skeletons were real, do you think they would get upset when you use bone blocks, or do they like build bones? Like, is this a compliment or is it like really offensive? Like, think about if someone made a house out of human. Is that tough? Or I want it to sound like every time you take a step, it sounds like somebody is aggressively stirring mac and cheese. I also want to leave big gaps in the terrain for the lava pools, so I'm going to put one right here so that it sort of guides you in the correct direction towards the other portals, sort of like a natural barrier. Now I want to make the lava pools, except I'm not just going to place a bunch of lava because that's really boring. I found this super awesome gradient that when used correctly, it looks like molten lava with black rocks floating in it. So I'm going to put these together to make some realistic looking lava. The strategy to making it is putting blacker blocks in the middle and then slowly going out in every direction, changing to yellow and orange blocks. It creates this super awesome effect that I wish more people used for lava. Awesome! The lava is now done, and so is the base of the terrain. Now I gotta detail the terrain. Or I could do the organic. I'm too excited to do the organic. I need to start it like right now. Let's make an outline so I can get a sense of scale first. That's not right. No, that's bad. No, absolutely not. What? Okay, cool. This is a good base. I might make some more lines to build off of, but now it's just a matter of filling in lines and rounding out the curves at the correct angles. This will probably drive me insane, so I'm just going to show you the funniest moments I have while making it. Alright, someone in the comments give me like the funniest lore on how this guy died. I want like hamster level deaths. Like this dude tripped into the laundry and like spun around in the washing machine for an hour level of deaths. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Property Brothers can renovate the skull. If anyone ever wants a tutorial on how I make organics in survival, I can do it, but it'll be a 2-hour long video of me just deciding where to place one block and then running really, really far away and then running back because I gotta step back to look at it. I wonder what would happen if I made this small and didn't spend my whole life on really big Minecraft projects, and then I remember that's like, you know, really lame and this is way cooler. So making this is like weirdly similar to trees because it's not just smoothing out the shapes, right? I mean, I said that, but like, I think if I do just smooth out shapes and I make it all spherical, it's gonna be a really goofy odd dragon. So this is literally just digital art, but way harder because I'm forced to place one block at a time. Does this mean I'm more talented than everyone or inefficient? Inefficient. The answer is inefficient. Gradients are so cool. I'm literally making my own shadows on top of having real ones, and I can make the skull look older by pushing towards yellower blocks. I'm so happy that this world is getting fleshed out, so whenever I'm missing a resource, I can just go to my base and grab it. Also, copper golems, 10 out of 10. This sorting system took me like an hour to set up, and it's completely unload safe, so it hasn't broken a single time, and it's just so easy. I mean, this area looks like crap, though. I need to fix that, but not today. He's missing his teeth right now, and I kind of think it would be funny if I left him like that. Do dragon dentures exist? Okay, fine, he can have teeth, but he's not allowed to go to the dentist. I want those teeth rotting. Maybe he broke this one because he ate a rock. Raktua. This guy, he needs to work on his personal hygiene. Rawr. 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 Forehead, forehead, forehead. Okay, and I'm just going to make the mouth black because I think that'll give a better effect than me trying to make him hollow and actually look like a regular skull. Get down from there! Get there! I really like that his teeth are like protruding out of his skull on the sides and not just like in his gums like on the bottom. You know what I mean? Like they're like in the edges up there. Oh my gosh, the dragon skull is complete! But to really sell the idea that has been rotting here for a long time, I want to make a tree growing out of its eyeball. Kind of like a rotten tree with, you know, like no leaves. A naked tree, if you will. Hang on though, I want to recap the process that I've gone through to get to this point. First step is always planning. Go into creative, pick some blocks, and figure out what you want to do before going into survival and doing it. This will save so much time. Also, you want to get like a general idea of what you want it to look like. It can be like a super crude drawing, or it can be super detailed like mine. The next step for me is always making noodles around to fill in for the terrain. It makes custom terrain so simple, especially when you aren't using vanilla terrain to start from. Then when it comes to making an organic or a mega build, shape it out first. There is no point in just start placing blocks and doing it over and over until you get it correct. And use gradients. There's no point in making it one solid block and relying on the Minecraft shadows. Gradients are so easy. There are so many videos on YouTube to follow, and they tell you exactly how to do them. Now let's get back to the build. This is probably the easiest part for me because I've made so many trees at this point. It should be pointy, but also like not too many small branches. I imagine those would have broken off by now because it's so crappy down here. I should be doing my final projects and papers right now, but clearly the tree needs me more. Tree? Deer antler? Who's to say? I honestly don't know which one it is. Okay, and one last detail. I'm going to add, like, party streamers. No, just hear me out. Not actually party streamers, but I want to add, like, the, like bloody vine/vein things going all over him. This will give him a little pop of color and make him look, like, gross to match the terrain. I'm thinking droopy, like boogers. Or, like, long, melty cheese that is holding on to both ends. Remember when Gandhi said, let it hang? Yeah, shout out him. Okay, the skull is done. Goose for scale. Okay, but for real, here's the skull, and so far I'm pretty happy with it. But we gotta go back and finish the terrain to tie this all together. My first thought is that the skull did not just appear here. The dragon skull would have had to like either crash into the floor or he would have had to like lay down after dying. So I'm gonna place some stony rocks here to make it look like maybe he died and his skull crashed into the ground. Dude is so chunky he made a crater when he sat down. Sometimes I feel like Linguini from Ratatouille, but instead of a rat on my head, it's just like a fully feral raccoon. You know, if Mojang locked in, they could have a nether that looks like this, but they won't for some reason. Now I want teeth everywhere. I want to like just like fill the wasteland and make it almost look like a dragon graveyard, just like with a ton of teeth. And I'm thinking pointy teeth, so it looks scarier than like my dogs chasing a poor bunny around the backyard. That was on Easter too. That was like a sad day. I was laughing though. Maybe this one was a vegetarian. So, like, what is the lore here? Is the ground, like, so tasty that things started biting the ground? It's kind of weird, bro. Okay, I just picked up my puppy and started examining her teeth, and I think, according to my findings anyway, I'm doing a pretty good job. She actually lost a tooth when she was younger because she ran into a wall. I love her. Okay, this is like my favorite thing ever. It's such a small detail, but like I'm placing the blocks on these teeth in such a way to give the illusion that the custom lava we made is making the teeth brighter. So like this one is close to the lava at 2 points, so it needs to be brighter here and here. That is so cool. I also want like grossness, so like think of zits, but like really big and gross. Ew, I'm grossing myself out, which, you know, that's probably a good sign. Atmospheric bulbous sac. This may just be the most disgusting thing I've ever made. Why have I done this? I also need like smaller ones or something else that covers the ground. Now do I put crimson roots and netherwort everywhere, or do I leave it flat? I know the answer. Wart, 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 wart. These should look like ladybugs that found out somebody ate like the rest of their snacks and they're just like really angry. Am I done? Let's take a step back. This build is so epic. I'm so proud of it, and it's definitely the biggest organic and mega build that I've done in a while, except for maybe my tree, but I don't know if that's an organic. If you stuck around till the end, please consider subscribing. I love building and creating art, and I have so many ideas planned, but I'd love to hear any of your thoughts or suggestions in the comments. I want to hear what to make next, what I can improve on, or anything else. I can also show more of my process in these videos, or I can show more of me goofing off while building. I cut out a lot of my jokes because they either are a little too crazy to post, or they just aren't funny. But if you'd rather see that, please tell me. Or, you know, if you want to see a bit of both, I can do that too, and just have a longer video with more comedy and more building. Thank you for watching. Any support is greatly appreciated. Let's see if next video I can make something even crazier. I'm so glad I spent that long at a project for a 30-second walk.